Oh, I just recorded a bomb ass fucking collective reading for the lunar eclipse and my fucking phone overheated. It's crazy too because it was a hot ass reading, like the sun was shining, blessings are coming. This is the lunar eclipse that we've all been waiting for, okay? Now, this is a general reading, so we're looking at how the overall collective energy is affecting everybody, but you can also see how these things are going to affect you specifically. I'm about to re record the reading and hopefully you guys will hear it. If something happened with this one, I'm not sharing it. Just come get your own personal. But we're going to try one more time. All right, you guys. So this is a re-record of the full moon lunar eclipse reading that I attempted to do. I really wish you guys could have heard all of the messages there, but I definitely just in this video that came before this audio talked about the sun card showing up, and we still have the sun card making an appearance here in this reading. So I do know that whatever messages need to get out will get out, and you guys will get the things that you need, because that's just how shit works. Okay, if you're new here, I am Oracle Oya. I have been a professional oracle for the past 10 years. I do a lot of different services to help people elevate their mental, physical, spiritual, and economic state of being. I come on YouTube and share tarot card readings because people like them. 44 showing up on the clock. Anytime I call out a number, I want you to write that number down and look it up on a website called Joanne's Sacred Scribes. I am not affiliated with Joanne in any type of way, but her website is the only accurate website that I was able to find back in 2010, and I have recommended her site ever since then. So damn, that's a long time ago, but yeah. So here we are, looking at the lunar eclipse. Now, it's a lot of buzz online about the lunar eclipse and how crazy and chaotic it could be, and we need to be mindful and aware and don't go outside and blah 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 blah. Yes, the lunar eclipse can be a wild card, but it should never be anything that you are afraid of. There should be no fear in how you're moving and operating. Like, that's like being afraid of the sun. You know, if you're afraid of the sun, then you have some other deep rooted things that you need to be kind of addressing, because we all would perish without the sun. Again, back to this sun energy. So powerful also to have the sun coming through when we're talking about a full moon lunar eclipse. That is a full balancing of the light and the dark. And so you're going to get the opportunity to integrate yourself, your light self with your dark self, your masculine, your feminine, your positive, your negative. You are going to have the opportunity to settle into the skin that you're in based off all the work that you've done to be clear about who and what you are. You're going to have the confidence to kind of stand in that. You're going to be able to walk in the wisdom of who you are, and can't nobody tell you otherwise. 223 on the clock. All right, so let's get into the cards. All that was just something to say that was coming through, and may it resonate with who it needs to hit. Now, in the first reading that I did, all of the energy was around pentacles and like money, economics. When we're talking about economics, it's not just your career or just your money, but it deals with your long-term stability and your legacy and the things that you are leaving behind in terms of how you think, see, feel, and view life. The actual wisdom that you're walking in and the gems that you're dropping for other people. When we think about our legacy, it's not necessarily how much stuff we had or what we did for the masses. It's really about how we showed up for each individual person. There are people who had great big legacies with music and all types of fame and celebrity that went with their careers in acting or tech or whatever. And the way that they treated people is the stories we talk about, is what exposes them. And people are like, don't mess up that person's legacy. Well, that person didn't leave a good legacy. And so you are given the opportunity across your economic pillar to fully look at yourself in terms of your own personal values, your relationship with money, your relationship with your resources, and any adjustments that you need to make so that you can ensure that this stays solid and stable. There was also a message that came up about long-term hard work and consistency for the past 12 to 15 years that is finally going to pay off for you in a major way. And so if it's something that you've been working toward where you've probably tried to quit a couple times but had to catch yourself, or people have been telling you you tripping, that's not going to happen, this is the lunar eclipse that's going to allow that to happen for you. 414 on the clock, 1042 on the clock. So big kudos and congratulations. Do not give up right now. Don't give up. This is the last push. Like, you're zooming. Like, this is it. You're headed. Well, I think in another reading we talked about being the arrow and the bow and arrow. Like, you're going to the target. It may be high, right? You're the arrow. You flying through the sky like, oh my God, get me down. No, you don't want to get down yet. Don't get down yet. Like, you seeing higher heights. And it is a little scary, but you're about to be fully integrated into the new as you integrate into yourself. And you're going to have very prosperous financial results and abundance from the decisions that you've made. You're finally going to be able to be seen as the authoritative person that you are within whatever your career field is, or whatever you've been actually leaving with people. If you've been dropping gems and jewels with people along the way, this is the season where they're going to come back to you telling you how much you've helped them, giving you those confirmations that all the hard work that you've done was worth it. If it's been actual things you've been trying to build and you've been consistently pushing at it, you're finally going to be able to say this shit is working, and people are going to see it. And when I say that this is working, that don't mean make a public announcement, right? Maybe you just need to say it to yourself. Maybe you need to say it in your prayers and your gratitude affirmations. Maybe you need to say it to the people who are closest to you, who believed in you while you were pushing through. We talked about everybody being in a gym wasn't rooting for you, but let's now shift the focus to the ones who were, even if that's just one person, even if that's just you. But I can assure you it's not just you. There are other people in your life who really appreciate you, respect you, and are thankful for everything that you've been to them. Those are the people that you need to focus on. All right. I don't know why that extra part was important, but it is. We are experiencing this full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces energy, and when we deal with the Pisces, we are dealing with our dream state, our mental state, and our intuition. And so your intuition may also be heightened at this time. If you feel inklings or nudges to pursue some sort of new avenue with your career, this will be a great time to do it. If you've had a project that you've been thinking about launching, this will be a great time to do that as well. All right, let's see what other messages are here, because a lot of this has to do with money. And people, just so y'all know, I almost missed this. People pocket watching you. So again, I think we started off those messages at the beginning of the summer, how y'all need to be mindful of how much you're sharing with people whose business it's not. I have a rule. In my life, I only discuss shit with people that it's relevant to. If I'm working on a large project, I don't necessarily tell everybody the large project. I take every piece of the project that I need, and then I go to my resource who has the capability to actually bring this forward with me. And if they're open to do it, then this is where we communicate at. They don't necessarily know every other piece to what is happening because it's not for them to know, right? What's relevant to them is what they have. And it's not because they're not worthy or they're not valuable. But when you start to share things with people that's beyond their scope of interest, you're giving opportunity for people to throw lack of interest to what you're doing. Think about how many times people tell you something and it's like you're listening, but also you might not even fully understand what the hell they're talking about. Like, you might not really be that interested in that. Like, if I'm talking about, trying to change the emissions in the world, and I start talking to you about getting water run engines and the effects that that's going to have in politics, when really I just need you to do the marketing and you're a marketer, that might be too much. And so in that, we just deal with people in the capacity that's necessary to execute whatever the next step is. So people are watching. Let them watch all they want. 828 on the clock. And the other message, I said there will be signs, okay? But nobody need to know that you won the lottery. And that's what this is like. Somebody is pocket watching you. And it's gonna, whatever happens is gonna be a huge breakthrough from this lunar eclipse. It's gonna put you in a great financial position. A great financial position, okay? From your own hard work. You are self-made, all right? Yes, you've tapped in with your spirit guides. You've tapped in with the Most High. You've had people cheering for you in the corners everywhere, right? However, you had to take the steps. You had to do the work. So be okay with patting yourself on the back and understanding I deserve what's coming to me, 9:09 on the clock. And with that, you're going to bless yourself, right? Like, you're going to finally be able to give yourself the things that you know that you deserve because you're changing your relationship with money. And people are going to be able to see that. Perfect example. If you get a raise, or if you get, a promotion at your job, people are going to know that you have a promotion because you have to do new things. Right? Maybe you were the team lead and then you bumped up to the supervisor. Everybody can see that you are the supervisor. Now everybody going to wonder, how much does that person get paid? Ooh, I wonder what kind of responsibilities they got. Are they going to act funny? Oh, F them. Now they in this position like, well, that bitch owed me money, so I wonder, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be all types of that. You just stay focused forward and keep your business to yourself and follow your intuitive inklings and nudgings along the way, because everybody isn't on the frequency, okay? Let's just say it like that. A lot of people have put the work in, and that has gotten them to the next step. But that doesn't mean they're on the same step that you're on, okay? So even if it's people that you know did the work and you see them, like there's a whole set of people, sidebar, that didn't do the fucking work. And they're caught in the past cycle and you can see them living out chaos and karma. That's a different set of people than who I'm talking to right now. I'm talking to people who've been doing the work on themselves consistently for the past 12 to 15 years. Like really putting in that fucking work to make sure that whatever they're building can sustain itself because they're working on their character as well. Those people, I'm talking to y'all. You got in this part of the message, the rest of the message could be for everybody else, but in this part of the message, I'm specifically talking to you guys. Just because you can identify that somebody has grown does not mean that they've grown to the same space that you're in. And you have to continue to walk in the wisdom of what you gained, so that you don't lose it trying to bring people to the space you're in and end up getting pulled down because gravity don't work up. You feel what I'm saying? 1, 1, 2, 3 on the clock. And I think I'm going to go ahead and end this message here. If you guys would like personal readings for the lunar eclipse 1131 on the clock, you're more than welcome to grab them. In your personal lunar eclipse reading, we are going to be looking at multiple areas. We're going to look at your career, your love life. We're also going to deal with how this lunar eclipse is going to benefit you the most specifically in your life. And then we're going to look at what shadow or darker aspects that you need to really focus on integrating and what you could put a highlight on at this time so that you can kind of clean out the cobwebs of how you're experiencing life with whatever that other side is. And when we're talking about that other side, these are the things that we don't want to look at. I don't want to look at that too much because it stresses me out, or I feel unworthy, or it makes me angry, or people don't like when I'm this way, so I'm gonna. No, this is the time where you're being asked to fully integrate yourself into yourself, your past self, future self, current self, your whole self, your hurt self, your happy self, your whole self into yourself, okay? And so we're going to look at all of those things in your personalized lunar eclipse reading. And then we start the rewire on September 5th. If you are interested in actually rewiring how you think in a very practical, scientific way, we're literally working on your brain muscle. Then come to the rewire. You guys can sign up starting tomorrow. If you missed the sign up for September, I will more than likely do one in October or November. So pay attention to those options. And then we have decompression sessions every Thursday, every second, third, and Thursday. Second, third, and fourth Thursday, Lord have mercy, of each month. Also, if you guys want more insight on the month ahead and the big major events taking place, go to my website and subscribe. It is free to sign up, and you will get a newsletter every single month with a discount. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, y'all have a beautiful lunar eclipse, and I will be back with some more messages soon. Peace.